new Pokemon, new legendaries, and new professors, and so much more! Hey everyone, it's Chili Gong, and welcome to my channel where I play and talk about video games like Brawl Stars and Pokemon. Today, I will be discussing more about the second trailer that came out for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. These are really just my first impressions and my general musings, so feel free to share your discussion and comments in the comment section down below. First off, I wanted to talk about the box legendaries, Koraidon as well as Miraidon. I think the look of these Pokemon are really interesting. There was a lot of rumors about them being Ride-type Pokemon, so I'll be really curious to see if they will have different forms for different modes of travel, like flight, for surf, and over land. The other interesting thing about these box legendaries is their relationship to the theme of time. And I think this has been discussed already a lot over the past week. But the names for Koraidon and Miraidon relate to the Japanese words for ancient as well as future. So Koraidon referring to the ancient past and Miraidon referring to the future. And this you can actually see a lot within the designs themselves. If you look at Koraidon, he has all of the kind of prehistoric feathered dinosaur look, whereas Miraidon literally has rockets around its legs and has that whole electric plasma feel to it, as well as the cyborg eyes. I've also seen some theories saying that Koraidon and Miraidon are actually the same Pokemon, just within different time frames, which would be an interesting theory, but I do like to think that they are separate creatures of their own. In my reaction video, which you can also watch on my channel, I do mention that I think the box legendaries look like dragons from the movie franchise How to Train Your Dragon, and I still stand by that. But I think overall they're still really interesting designs. Tying into that theme of time are the two new professors, Professor Sada and Professor Turo, who are both really, really hot. They are making the professors each generation really hot, but I'm here for it. Professor Sada, the name seems to be short for the Spanish word pasada. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it does mean past. And then Professor Turo is short for futuro, like the future. And you can also see this kind of allusion to time in terms of their dress as well, where Professor Sada again has that kind of almost tribal look of sorts with the feathering, and then Professor Turo has his kind of bodysuit. I'm a little sad that we seem to have dropped the tree theme for professors. For example, we had Oak, Elm, Birch, Rowan. We even had Kukui in Gen 7, and even Magnolia in Gen 8. Although Professor Magnolia didn't have much to do with the story, and it almost felt like Sonia was more the professor of the story. So it would be interesting to see if there's actually a third professor who has a tree name to continue that theme. That said, on the official Pokemon website, it does say Professor Sada and Turo are studying the mythology of the legendary Pokemon, or of at least their native region. So it'd be interesting to see if any of the new mechanics for Pokemon have something to do with time or to do with technology. Speaking more of time, there is a clip when they're showing what might be some of the gym arenas that almost looks post-apocalyptic. This is the clip where people think there's the new ground-type Pokemon or a Diglett regional variant. But to me, it almost looks like similar to the environment of Guzzlord, which is a post-apocalyptic Howley City, that there may be some time travel involved, particularly with the theme of time, which I think would be really cool because I'm a huge fan of time travel kind of stories. Even more on that theme of time is the lettering for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on the box art itself. Scarlet has that more calligraphy, ancient style kind of writing, and Pokemon Violet has a sleeker kind of font look with a sort of space age kind of theme mixed in. Now, let's switch gears to the new Pokemon. Of course, we've already met the starter Pokemon, Sprigatito, Quaxly, as well as Fuecoco, and you get to see a little bit more of their personalities, with Sprigatito frolicking in the flowers, Quaxly with the hairbrush, he's acting all suave. I'm really excited to see what Quaxly's final evolution is. I do think, or I wonder if it'll be a sort of Captain Jack Sparrow type, where he's like a corsair, basically like a really charming kind of pirate or sea captain. Fuecoco, of course, is chasing after a berry. He's a little chonky one. And I'm still Team Fuecoco. And next up for actual new releases, we have Pawmi, who is the electric mouse of the generation. Basically, every generation has a Pikachu sort of electric rodent, and I think Pawmi is really, really cute. I wonder if it will have an evolution, unlike, say, like Pachirisu, Plus or Minun, and things like that. Given that your rival or friend, she ends up wearing the same colored skirt as your school, given that they are using Pawmi, I think it lends to a higher chance that it may have an evolution. That being said, Marnie in Generation 8 did use Morpeko, that doesn't have an evolution, but it did have the gimmick of being able to change forms between electric and dark. Next up, we have Lechonk, who seems to have taken the internet by storm. And I just think the naming choice of Lechonk was so smart. It just shows that the English translators are very attuned to English meme culture. And it's just so fitting for this pig Pokemon. It is normal typing, so I wonder if it will gain a second typing for its evolution, and there are leaks that or at least there are theories that it does have an evolution. And I personally want to just make a full Chonk team at this point, with all the Chonky Pokemon that are coming out. And next up, I think my personal favorite of the 3 newest Pokemon released is Smoliv. Again, the Pokemon translators showing their knowledge of meme culture. Smoliv is small, and it's really cute. I love its mouth. I'm really, really, really curious as to what it's going to evolve into. I think having an olive Pokemon is a really smart choice for the game taking place likely in some region of Spain, or at least the Mediterranean. Changing gears to actual gameplay, there was the reveal that you can play with 3 other players within the open world. And I'm wondering whether this will be related more to certain mini quests or mini side games, or if you can actually play through a large portion of the game together, just running around in the open world. And lastly, returning Pokemon. There's a lot of little tidbits here and there of Pokemon that are coming back. There were stickers on the wall at the very beginning of the trailer showing Drifloon, the Hatterene line, as well as the Applin line. One of the junior trainers shows a picture of a bull that could be like a regional variant of Taurus. There was also very, very tiny pictures of the Florges line with some Flabébés, and even in the trade, it showed Larvitar as well as a Bagon for Salamence line, which means those are probably going to be version exclusives. I'm really excited for either of those Pokemon actually, so either Tyranitar or Salamence, and I do plan to trade a lot online, so I don't think the version exclusives are going to really affect my choice of whether I choose Scarlet or Violet. Which, that being said, to finish things off, which version of the game are you going to get? I'm personally going to get Pokemon Violet for Professor Turo. Or are you going to get both games? I'm really excited. I'm hoping that more details come about the game very soon, and I'd love to be able to cover them and discuss more of my thoughts about each new information release coming in the future. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment down below about which game version that you are planning to get. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch and listen to me share my thoughts. I've had a really crazy past month and a half, so I haven't really been recording videos. So apologies for that. It's probably still going to be pretty sporadic, but I do hope to share and continue to share my love for these games with you guys. Alright, see you around. Thanks for watching. Bye!